Well, hello, healthcare finance students. Here we are at the beginning of Module 2, Week 2, Spring Semester 2023. And I want to go over a couple of things in this video. Well, the first one is this new area that we're in. So what I like to do is in the first week of the class, I have that static welcome page. And in the second week, I like to put this news and announcements page. And this will be your new landing page when you come into the course. So it's the first thing you see when you click on, that Canvas card and you go into your course. What I'd ask you to do is before you jump into the modules is just look at what's on this page. Do I have a new web announcement or video announcement blog? Is there any course news that I put up in here? Definitely take about a minute just to see if there's anything new in there. What I like to do is shoot these weekly video updates, and in there, that's when I'm going to tell you about changes that we've done with the course or updates. Almost always, I will alter the course as we're going through for that individual group of students. So it's really never quite the same experience because the students are never the same. So we're always changing things as we go. And some of those changes, they're always to your benefit. So it could be clarification on an assignment. Maybe we've deleted an assignment. Maybe we've turned something into extra credit. Who knows? But it's definitely worth your while to go in here, check the videos out before you jump into the modules and do your work. So there you go. All right, that explains this news and announcement area. The next thing I'd like to do is to go over a few things, kind of what I've seen in the first week. And talking about the assignments. So last week, and you'll notice there's a flow with the course. It's usually kind of the same thing where we're going to do this kind of topic paper where you do this kind of written assignment, and then there's usually some sort of thing out of the book. And that's maybe something more math-like where you're doing numbers and manipulations there, or they might be answering some questions out of the back of the book. Okay, so those kind of the general flow as we're going through the course. You'll see those two mainstays. And that's what we did last week. So just to talk about, with the assignment that we had where you went to the back of the book and you looked at those, in this case, looked at the problems in the back of that particular chapter. So I noticed a few of you had did the wrong part. So, and it's okay. If you noticed your grades, it's okay. You actually probably did more work than the other students. But the book is the book is poorly designed in this respect. At the back of each chapter, the author puts in two things. I'll say things. One is a set of questions, and the other one is a set of problems. The problems are more math, finance, numbers. Okay, the questions are narratives. You'll write answers, thoughts, opinions, that kind of definitions, that kind of thing. So there's questions and there's problems in the back of each chapter. Please be careful when I have the assignment in there that I usually make it pretty clear. Questions, do question such and such, do problem such and such. So make sure that you're getting that right set. The other thing that's confusing about the book is they have the same exact numbers. So for example, if I say 9.4, there is a question 9.4 and there's a problem 9.4. So just make sure you got the right one. This week, no issues. Again, most of you who did the wrong set because we were doing problems this week. Some of you did questions. Actually, you did a lot of work. So you got full points for that based off of, or up to full points with no penalty based off of, what you provided there. So, but do make sure you got the right one. Okay, so that's talking about the issue that we have with problems versus questions for the textbook. The next thing is a few of you got points off for not showing your calculations, your work. So when we are doing problems, remember those are the more mathy thing, Just putting the answer on a page, not going to quite cut it, okay? Because, hey, I know about Chegg. So you can probably go out there and find the answers to these particular problems, but I want to see how you worked that through. So make sure that you're doing that in order to capture the full points for the assignment. So show your work when we're doing any kind of financial math type problems. All right, another question that I've got, well, how do I show my work? Because you'll notice very soon we're going to start using calculators, online calculators. And I highly encourage the use. If I talk about a calculator, I would use it. I've taught this class for, I don't know, 10 years. And there will be some students who will do it longhand. Oh my God, it probably took them hours. And then there will be students that use the calculator that I usually show in the video. Kind of tells me the student didn't watch the video and they just went old school longhand right out of the textbook. So, save yourself time and, let's use the calculator. So if I talk about a calculator, use it. All right. So how do you show your work if you do a calculator? Screenshot it. Just a little screenshot, drop it right in that Word document. It shows that, how you did the inputs on that particular calculator. I think we use maybe up to 3 different calculators in this class. The ones that I recommend. Hey, if you go out there and find another calculator that you want to use on the old interweb, go ahead and do that. But again, screenshot it and put it in that Word doc so I know you found a tool and you are applying the tool to answer the question. All right, so there's how to show your work. If you are doing some pencil and paper, in some case, sometimes this pencil and paper works out easier than a calculator, can work out easier than a calculator. Absolutely do that. And you can just shoot, take a picture. Either you could take a picture of that work. I know some of you did that last week and you uploaded it with the assignment. That works great. Or you can take a picture of your longhand work. I mean, literally out of a spiral bound notebook, take a picture. Please crop it. And then put that into a Word document, and that works great too. So both ways will work for showing your work. All right, so that's how to do that and make sure that you don't lose any points there. All right, looking at my little checklist here. The next thing I want to talk about is homework help. Okay, so you're going to notice a series of videos down below, and those series of videos will be homework help for the next coming modules. Up to you if you want to use it, but I usually will kind of do a walkthrough or a setup of any particular difficult problems we may have. Again, I'm using the word problems. Questions are just narrative. They're just look up the definition. Those aren't the ones that freak you out much because you can go to the chapter, you can find the definition or find the thing that you have to write about and you can write about it. It's always the math stuff that freaks people out. So look at the homework help. I would recommend it and could save you time, struggle, whatever. I usually will help set up a problem, either identical or very identical to the ones that are being assigned. So use that homework help down below and those videos to make your life a little bit easier. Answers. Okay. So, and grading. So when I grade our assignments that we do, the math-oriented assignments, I am not looking for perfect answers. You can absolutely get an A in this course, no question. You can get an A in this course and not have one correct financial answer. Very easy to do that. But I am looking at process. Did they use the right calculator? Did they set it up? Did they just mix up an input, that kind of thing? Or do they grab the wrong number? You'll get some points off, but you can definitely preserve, that A, and most of you want to get an A out of the course by doing that. So I'm not looking for the perfect answers in these. But if you want to know the answers, I provided the answers down below. So down there, also scroll all the way down. You'll see our answers with kind of the explanation to each one of our problem assignments throughout the course. Okay, and I will feed those out to you as we complete the module. So I'm not going to give it to you early, but you can always check it out, see exactly how the problem could be approached. All right, so that covers just about everything except my last little thing I want to talk about, and that's contact, how to get a hold of me. So there's the few ways to do that. You could do old-fashioned email. That's going to be a little bit longer response time with old-fashioned email. Canvas Messenger will kick out to my email, so it's the same thing. So we have all of us have our college email, and if you haven't done so, you could have your Canvas Messenger sync with your college email, so you don't have to look at 2 inboxes. You just have to look at 1. So that's one way to do it, especially for long form questions or something where you need a little bit longer narrative. That's a great way to get in contact with me. But it's going to be a little bit more delayed because I get a ton of emails. A lot of them are junk, but I get a lot of emails. If you need to get a hold of me quickly, kind of short form information, and some of you already have done this, did this last week. Some of you had me in the previous class. And you know that texting is perfectly okay. So you can text me if you got a kind of a quick form question. I've given my phone number out to thousands, literally thousands of people over a decade and more of doing this. And it works just great. So you got that method as well. And I put my phone number down below this video for texting if you want to get a hold of me. So, and that again works really quick. You usually get an answer back within, if I'm not with the kids or I'm not driving or whatnot, you can get an answer back pretty quickly with text message. All right, so that covers this week's video. Everybody have a fantastic week, and I'll check in with you in Module 3.